Okay, so for those of you who missed my last video, this is kind of a part 2 to my last video. Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. We are finally back in Hawaii. It's been a pretty dang long past week, but we have made it back. So long story short, broke up with my ex and I just got evicted. And I was living in Miami, Florida, but I have worked my way back to Hawaii, which is where I grew up, and that's where my family is also at. So fortunately, I was able to make my way back. We went through a little bit of a mission. Fortunately, a lot of things went according to plan. So yeah, we were able to make it back safe and sound in a pretty timely manner. So this is kind of like a little update video. Basically, I made it back to Hawaii. I am now living with my parents for the time being. Unfortunately, in their apartment, they don't really have a space for me. So I don't really have my computer set up in a way that I can continue streaming and all that stuff. But I did get it temporarily set up for at least editing videos. So moving forward, I'm going to be making some Hawaii content and maybe focusing a little more towards making YouTube videos over live streaming. But I think the biggest question you guys might have now is what's gonna happen from here? So obviously I haven't really figured out too much yet, you know, it just all happened so fast and it just happened not too long ago. So, but for one, I am able to stay with my parents for a little bit of time, and that's gonna give me some time to find work here because I am gonna be looking for some job opportunities out here in Hawaii. We'll see if we can rearrange my parents' apartment to maybe accommodate some part of the place for my PC setup so I can at least stream. That's kind of like the main thing for me, is to be able to stream and make YouTube videos. And if I get lucky enough to find a work from home job, then if I can work from home, then those are like the 3 criteria that I really need. But yeah, with my sister having kids and my mom doing her thing, the apartment that they live in is a bit tight. Eventually I might have to find my own place, which most likely would be the case, but at least right now I have time to just find work and figure it out later. So overall, things went pretty good in terms of moving back to where I need to be. Huge thanks to the team at my previous workplace. Everybody there basically contributed in some way to help me work my way back to Hawaii. And yeah, they really went above and beyond for me, so I really appreciate the team over there, and I wouldn't have been able to execute so smoothly without their support. It's very, very unfortunate that I had to leave that workplace because that place was like amazing. The people were cool, I was learning a lot of new things, and I did have some growth opportunity within the company too. So it's a little bit unfortunate that I had to relocate, but it is just part of the process. There's a lot of opportunities out here for me as well, so I'm just gonna take what I can get and just make the best of the situation that I'm in. It could be way worse than this, so I do appreciate everything that I have. I don't really care for what I don't. I also want to share my appreciation to all those people that reached out to me through Instagram, Facebook, Discord, even on YouTube comments. Yeah, especially at times like this, the words that you guys have gave me definitely given me strength to get through what I needed to get through. So yeah, thank you again for all the words. So I actually got to speak with my ex for a little bit before my flight back to Hawaii. I had actually forgotten a couple of things at her place that I actually kind of wanted to retrieve, but unfortunately she had already got rid of all my stuff like 2 days after I left, I think, or at least by the 3rd day everything was gone. So yeah, I did lose a couple things. I wasn't able to bring my guitar either, which was kind of unfortunate. Yeah, the losses were kind of great in terms of like materialistic stuff, and also the cost. It was kind of fortunate that I was a little more prepared for situations like this time around, because this kind of situation happened in the past for me as well. So, but yeah, with her and I, we're on just neutral terms. We don't hate each other. If anything, we both probably are still in process, so just recovering from the whole situation and probably confused in many ways. So where I left off with her is basically like just told her that, you know, I don't have any negative feelings against her, and for her to just be at ease, at least between me and her. You know, we don't need to be, you know, upset at each other or hate each other. I'm honestly kind of already over the whole situation that I was in in terms of like being kicked out and all that. Like, it doesn't bother me anymore. I'm already over it. I move on with situations like this pretty quickly, but the only thing that does hinder me or like linger within me is kind of like the emotional part of it. Like, you know, breakups never easy, right? But I know some of you guys are wondering, like, is there any chance of us getting back? And to be honest, while I'm not completely opposed to that idea, I think with the direction that we want to go individually, I think there's a lot of confliction when it comes to like the initial thing about privacy and security. Again, I make videos and I stream. That's my livelihood. So, you know, having to go private and just off the internet is just not something that I can compromise. I think in that sense it's very difficult, but she is a good person. I do believe she does struggle in certain ways, but like emotionally, obviously it's too recent for me to be super disconnected emotionally. So there's a part of me that also do, you know, wish that it could be a possibility, but yeah, I think it's pretty complicated. But again, who knows? With certain circumstances aligning, I don't think it's impossible. I'm not completely opposed to it, but I think right now, for sure, being apart and kind of being a little more independent would be good regardless. I'm actually super excited about what's to come here. Being able to reconnect with my family and friends on like a regular basis now that I'm back, that's something that I'm really looking forward to. And I think just like even for job opportunities too, I'm relatively new in IT, and I actually accomplished a lot of things in the past year and a half that I was working at my previous and first IT job. So I am excited to see where I can place myself within this field of IT out here in Hawaii. And again, I'm very fortunate to be in a position where I can kind of be selective with where I work. Alright guys, so there was a lot of thoughts going through my head. I don't know if I was able to put this, you know, together nicely in this video, but hopefully you guys were able to enjoy some of this content. I know it was a crazy one, but it is what it is. As a content creator, I have to basically document everything, you know, and just share it. That's what I do. So, but anywho guys, I live right next to the beach. That's the beach right there. And then all the fancy buildings around me. So this right here is called the Ala Moana Beach, and Ala Moana is this massive mall. I think it's one of the biggest outdoor malls in the United States. I think it used to be the third biggest last I searched. It might be different now, but I'm super excited to share all the things that I grew up with and all the new things that I haven't even seen. But again guys, thank you guys so much for your continuous support. Some of you all through the years, some of you recent. Regardless, I appreciate you guys supporting me through my journey, especially at times like this. So from the next video forward, we're gonna be dishing out some Hawaii content. We're probably gonna have a few of my friends, probably gonna have my family member, maybe even my niece and nephew. So I'm super excited to share that with you guys, and if you guys enjoy that kind of content, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Would greatly appreciate it. With that being said, as always, have a great day great night wherever you're from, and I'll see you all next video. Peace.